Welcome to Lady P's channel, where gardens grow, meals glow, and healthy living is a vibe. Dig in for tips, food, and feel good green goodness. Let's plant, eat, and thrive together.
Well, I'm headed out to the garden. We got some rain last night, and I want to see how everything's looking. I'm gonna go over here and check these squash out first before we get inside the garden and get started. And I can see from here that this squash is looking a lot better than it was yesterday. It's looking good. And that comfrey, it's perked back up. I didn't realize comfrey got so large. But I'm gonna go in here. Everything is looking good from out here. Oh my goodness, look at the calengia. I have to get out here and pick this today. Little Murigo over there. Looking good. Okay, we'll go in here to see. Got out here. I have to get out here and pick this echinacea. Oh, there's a little honeybee there. Not a honeybee. There's a little bee there. Little honeybee down here. Well, all the million tomatoes that I have planted are looking good. My goodness, look how this eggplant has jumped up. I guess everything needed that rain because other than these beans, everything's looking pretty good. Look at that squash, nice and big. This one's coming along. Oh my goodness. Cucumber. It's okay back there. They're big. And I've seen a few little figs on here. Let's see if I can get over here and spot. Not seeing any right now. Okay. Oh my goodness. That looked like that little rabbit. He is still coming in here. Yep, there he is in the corn. I hope you got to see him. Okay, the okra is looking good. Callaloo here is looking good. These cucumbers over here are looking great. Beans down here, everything's looking pretty good. Potatoes are starting to flower. I am going to get this bed here cleaned. Get all of these old onions out of here and fix this bed up. I think I am going to put a cover crop in here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Another thing on my list to do before I cook up in the sun is to get this garlic out. Shouldn't take that long to do that. Get the garlic out, put a little more fresh soil over in there, and I am done for the day. Well, here's the garlic. I'm going to leave it out here for today, maybe a couple of days. Then I'll take it in the house and let it finish drying out. Now this here one, as you can see, I chopped it up with my shovel. So I will be washing this and eating most of it today. That's why I don't like to use a shovel. I like to pull it up, and I waited till after the rain thinking the ground would be soft enough. But as it was, it wasn't, because I cut this one trying to find it. It was another one I didn't find. So hopefully it'll come up next year. Now this is some garlic that I bought at the farmer's market, and I really loved it. The man said it was a variety that they had created. I don't know what it is. All I know is it tastes good to me. So I kept a clove and I don't know, clove, whatever this is called. I kept one of these heads and I planted it. So this is what I got out of that one plant. In my video last week, I showed how this deer came walking up. Well, she's been back. Mr. G came home and he called me. He said, "Come look out the window." And I looked back in the back of the yard, and she's just laying there like she's at home. And then a couple of days later, I looked out, and there is a mulberry tree, and she was there eating mulberries. It's just unbelievable. I think she knows that this is a safe place, so she keep coming back. It's safe as long as she don't get into my garden. But I don't know. You gotta love nature. It is beautiful. And you got to remember, we moved into their territory and not leaving very much of it for them. Look how tall this mulberry bush has gotten. It is, I'm just wondering how tall it's gonna get. Another day, and she's back. Hey guys, I just got back from doing a little work in the garden, and then it's an overcast, so I said, let me sit out here and talk a little bit before I head into the house. But what I wanted to talk about is some of the reason why I want to grow my own food, because I feel like the food that we buy in the store, it is terrible. Even the organic produce in my neck of the woods, it's not fresh. You can tell it, and it just do not taste the same. I feel sorry for these young children that don't know what real food tastes like. Now, a lot of people have had garden tomatoes, and that's the comparison to a lot of things. Because I don't know, I used to get a veggie Subway a few years back, and one day Mr. G brought me a Subway sandwich, and I took one bite of it. I said, I don't know what's going on with Subway, but this bread just do not taste like bread. Don't bring me any more of these things. And I haven't had one since. And then I I started buying Ezekiel bread. That's sprouted grain bread. And I mean, it was okay, but that's what I was using. I don't do a lot of sandwiches, but when I wanted bread, that's the bread I use. And so they have some other whole grain breads out there that are a little better. And if you buy your flour, what is the name of it? I can't think of the name of it. But there's one flour that you can get. I would know it if I hear it, but I don't use it. My neighbor was telling me that she uses it and she makes bread every week, because I know everybody is not going to buy a miller and mill their own. People that's working, it's not. You could fit it in your schedule because it doesn't take long for it to grind it, and it doesn't take long. You know, I look at some of these videos on YouTube and they make such a process out of it. I'm not one. I don't even like using the mixer. I mix it with my hand, and then I will come back every 20 minutes and pull it apart. And that's what, then after the third time, I just close it up, put it in the refrigerator. Then the next day, I don't even roll it out. I would just take it in my hands and stretch it and pat it and do all these things. And I would roll it up, and sometimes I'll mush it back up again and pat it again, roll it up and put it in my pan. And I let it sit out at least 4 hours to rise. And then I cook it. Now, it doesn't get tall as the bread that you buy in the store, but it tastes so good. As I said before, I don't eat a lot of sandwiches. I will come out and get dandelions. I think I have a video about that. And I will grind them up and I will spread them on the bread. Sometimes I just put avocado on it. Sometimes I will put hummus on it. I will put different things on it. Sometimes I'll just put a little honey on it and eat it with just honey. Or some of the jams that I've made. Preserves, I shouldn't say jams because they're not really a jam. It's just I kind of mash them up and put a little honey in them and a little thickener, you know, cornstarch or something like that. But it tastes very good. And this is what I've been doing. And in this video, near the end of it, I compared the nutritional value of milling your grain at home, your whole grain, or the white bread that you buy in the store. And the nutritional values is ridiculous. And when they put synthetic vitamins, fortify, enrich, whatever you want to call it, into the bread, your body may not absorb that. It may look at it like it's a foreign subject, and it may go through you, or it may be doing some damage. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, haven't done any studies, but it just don't sound right to me. And I have found out in my age, when you get something that just pop in your head and you just can't let it go, you have to act on it. And this is what I have done with the bread. And you know, everyone was talking about the gluten and everything. So I kind of backed off using the bread, and I could tell the difference. My energy level dropped. So, and when I say I was still making my bread, but I wasn't using as much wheat. I went back to my einkorn, melon, all the ancient grains. That's what I prefer. And that's what I make my bread out of. And I make a loaf every week. A loaf will last me a week. I just make it, wrap it, put it in the refrigerator. When I want some, I cut it up, put it in the toaster, heat it up, and I eat my bread every day. So I know I'm kind of rattling off here, but if anybody out there is making their own bread or even want to improve their health, please consider it, because one thing that I have found out, the fiber, we do not get nearly the amount of fiber that we should get. I mean, and since I have just started eating a lot of more whole grains. I will get what they call oat goats. That is the oat grain. And it's really what they use to make your steel oats. They just chop it up. And when they want to make your old-fashioned oats, they press it down. And that's your old-fashioned. But you got to remember, when they press them oats down, when they chop those oats, you are losing some of the nutritional value. And I love the texture of it. I like when I'm eating something for it to be a little heavy, and when you cook it, it's a little chewy, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I will put soy milk on it, different fruit, whatever I have. I will cut up a couple of dates in there. That's my sweetener. And like I said, sprinkle. If I have walnuts, I'll put them on. Sometime I don't. I'll throw sunflower seeds on them, or I will put pumpkin seeds. Just some kind of fiber. It is so important for us to get fiber. So I think that's all. Please, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I do read them. I do love to get comments. And I'm just wondering, am I the only one out here trying to do better with the bread? Let me know. Another thing that you have to remember about that wheat, you are eating a lot of different foods that have wheat in them. When you eat your pizza, when you eat your pies, when you eat your donuts, when you eat all of this food, your pastas, all of these things are from that wheat that has no nutritional value. Only the fortified, whatever they put in there, and whether your body is utilizing it or not. And if anybody wants to know more, it's this lady, look her up. Her name is Sue Becker. She has a place down south. I believe it's in Georgia. I'm not quite sure. But she does a podcast. She also has some videos on YouTube. But look her up. She can explain this, because this is something she's been doing for, I believe, 30 years. It's been a long time, raised her kids. And then she has a part where people who have started eating the bread, some of the health benefits that they are seeing by eating the bread. Now, I know one thing that I've noticed, because I feel like when you have something wrong with you, it's not gonna be taken care of in a week or two or whatever. But I had a wart right here on my nose, and I believe there are warts on my legs. There's a couple of spots on my legs, but they have gotten a lot flatter, and I feel like they've gone away. And I've been doing this bread for a little over a year now, but I have more energy. My cholesterol went down 14 points. The doctor wanted to put me on cholesterol medicine, and I wasn't taking that, because everybody in my working career that I saw that we put on cholesterol medicine end up having to take more and more. And all that is diet. Get out in the sun. You need vitamin D, the sun. You get that from the sun. And so if you would change your lifestyle, that's why I'm sitting out here with an overcast. But even with an overcast, I feel like I'm getting a little something. I'm trying to get out in the sun every day, even in the winter. I mean, my sister and I walk every morning for an hour, which we do about 3 miles 5 days a week. So it's just important.
Hey everyone, I just want to give you some information on whole wheat, and please do your own research. Freshly ground wheat, whole wheat berries. Includes all 3 parts of the grain, bran, germ, and endosperm. Store-bought flour. Varies depending on type, white, all-purpose, whole wheat, enriched, bleached, etc. Often processed to extend shelf life, which affects nutrition. Ground at home or in small mills, usually not sifted or bleached. I put this comparison of the nutritional value of freshly ground wheat versus store-bought flour. Freshly ground wheat is nutritionally superior, richer in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. Store-bought white flour is convenient but lacks most of the original nutrients unless enriched, and even then, not completely. Store-bought whole wheat flour is better than white, but still less nutritious than freshly ground due to aging, oxidation, and processing. Here are some heart-healthy vitamins in 100% whole grain wheat. Vitamin B1, thiamine keeps heart muscles functioning properly. Vitamin B2, riboflavin protects blood vessels from oxidative stress. Vitamin B3, niacin improves cholesterol levels. Vitamin B5, pantothenic acid helps regulate cholesterol and triglycerides. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine lowers homocysteine, supporting artery health. Vitamin B9, folate reduces risk of heart attack and stroke. Vitamin E, from wheat germ prevents LDL cholesterol oxidation. Here is some more about the nutrients in whole wheat. Magnesium, regulates blood pressure. Fiber, lowers cholesterol. Iron and zinc, support oxygen transport and tissue repair.
This is Lady Pete from my backyard garden, still chasing the little rabbit. Until next time, peace and love. I'm out.